Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm on my way to go get it as always, man. I hope y'all doing the same. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We on the road to 2K, man. We at that mid 1900 mark, man. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. All right, y'all, let's talk about the ongoing situation that's currently happening between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, man. And Devin Haney's legal team is not playing with this situation at all, man. You see what I mean? According to the reports that had came out, I had read it on an article on Ring TV, and it seems like Devin Haney's attorneys have put together an 8-page explanation as to why they feel like their client, Devin Haney, deserves a DQ win over Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? They feel like a no contest isn't enough. They feel like his win needs to be taken, and a no contest is essentially a slap on the wrist. And they feel like, based off of the things that Ryan Garcia has done in the lead up to this fight, their client, Devin Haney, deserves a DQ win. Now, one of the biggest points that they had made throughout the course of that 8-page explanation was, for one, Ryan Garcia was illegally using IVs. This is what they saying. You know what I'm saying? We actually seen it on like the epilogues, the episodes that DAZN was having in the lead up to the fight. Ryan Garcia was doing like IV flushes. You see what I mean? Which is extremely suspicious if you ask me. Now, if he got an exemption from the New York State Athletic Commission, if he was cleared on it, that's a different situation. But according to what the lawyers are saying, the attorneys are saying, they have a problem with him getting those IVs. Number two, they were saying how Ryan Garcia blatantly admitted to missing weight to have an advantage over Devin Haney. They have a problem with that as well. And, you know, that's something that I had pointed out as well as definitely being a problem. If you're missing weight purposely in order to have an advantage over another fighter, you're cheating, and you should be penalized for that. And he was penalized for it, but they just bringing it back up because they're trying to make a case for him getting a DQ loss, Ryan Garcia, right? So the final reason, obviously the biggest reason in all honesty, is Ryan Garcia tested positive for a performance enhancement drug, Ostrine. You see what I mean? So they believe because of those reasons, in the lead up to the fight, everything that Ryan Garcia has done, they feel like a no contest is essentially a slap on the wrist, and they feel like that's not enough. You know what I mean? They feel like that's not enough. So they feel like the only way to fully justify Devin Haney in this situation is if they give him the win. You already know he was already in a dangerous situation, being up there against somebody who was blatantly cheating. He took a lot of punishment. He took a lot of damage. And they feel like the DQ win is something that could steer Devin Haney's image, his career, back in the right direction. You see what I mean? They can't take the damage back, but, you know, they can take that loss off of his record and move on from that situation. You see what I mean? So that's what they're saying. And there's been a few people in my chat, you know, most notably my guy Teach, who's a part of the nation. He's definitely always supporting the channel. He believes that a no contest is what's necessary, and he doesn't feel like the DQ win is something that Devin Haney should receive. He feels like that it was more than just the performance enhancement drugs that cost Devin Haney to fight, and because of that, he feels like a no contest is justified. Meanwhile, I had a conversation with my father while we was on the live, and he says that PED users need more. They need more than just a no contest on their record and just getting a 6-month suspension. He feels like PED users, in all honesty, need to be affected in every way possible so it could set an example for people that's coming up in boxing to not get involved with performance enhancement drugs. You see what I mean? And after hearing my father's perspective, I agree with him 1,000%. You see what I mean? I was leaning more, I was like stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? I was riding the fence between the no contest and DQ win because I was understanding where Teach was coming from. However, I am somebody who's very against, you know, performance enhancement drug takers in the sport of boxing. If you play in baseball, all right, cool, you just hitting a baseball, right? If you in whatever the fuck, let's say if you're rowing, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing triathlons and stuff like that, all right, whatever. You see what I mean? You're not really putting nobody's life at stake. However, when you're boxing, when you're in a contact sport like boxing where lives can be taken, somebody just lost their life, unfortunately, in their pro debut, from what I was reading up on. You see what I mean? So this is a very dangerous sport. People die every year participating in the sport of boxing. So there's no room for no performance enhancement drugs. Simple and plain. And if you happen to take that knowingly or not, you got to pay the consequences for it. You know what I mean? And the 3 ways that you can affect the fighter to make sure that, you know, they really understand their wrongdoings is 1, affect their activity. 2, affect their paychecks. 3, affect their records, because you know records are a real important thing in boxing. If you get 3 or 4 losses, you already looked at as a bum. You see what I mean? So it could definitely affect their stock, could affect their reputation. So I feel like Ryan Garcia should face all 3 of those consequences so he could really get an understanding that of what he's doing is completely wrong. And next time he gets his opportunity to box, he needs to think twice before he engages in any banned substances, taking any banned substances. So I would like to see Ryan Garcia get his purse taken away. You see what I mean? That's just me personally. I don't feel like anybody should deserve a paycheck after they willingly or whatever, willingly or not willingly, whatever the fuck the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Only Ryan Garcia and God knows what the fuck he did at the end of the day. But, you know, the fact that he had it in his system and he's out here pretending like it was from ashwagandha and all this bullshit, man. I'm under the belief, and I see Henry Garcia doing that interview with Mill City too. You know, now they trying to flip the narrative and say that Ryan Garcia unknowingly took it. They went from him not taking it at all and being set up by Vada to now saying that they unwillingly took it. And how is he supposed to know that Ostream was in the stuff that he got? And that's like going to CVS and, you know, telling them to make sure there's no Ostream. Man, all this bullshit that Henry Garcia is talking about, man, he just trying to cover his son's tracks. I see right through the bullshit, and it is what it is. So I feel like Ryan Garcia's paycheck, whatever the fuck he got paid, whatever he got paid for that fight against Devin Haney, that should be stripped from him. You see what I mean? Take his fucking paychecks, get his man a 2 to 3 year ban. You see what I mean? And put another loss on his record, so he can really get an understanding that what he did was not right. You see what I mean? And that he'll come correct the next time. I bet you he'll move a lot more carefully the next time he get in that motherfucking boxing ring. I guarantee you that. He already gave up $1.2 million when he missed weight against Devin Haney. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he got plenty money. You see what I mean? He had money before for the Devin Haney fight. Go ahead and get that checkup, boss. You see what I mean? And yeah, you deserve it. You know what I mean? And this goes for every PED user. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if it was one of my favorite fighters. I don't give a fuck. I'll never put it on their names, but you know who my favorite fighters are. You know what I mean? If they tested positive for a PED, then yeah, I'm gonna say the same shit for them. I hold everybody accountable on this channel, man. I hold everybody accountable. Nobody is exempt from the smoke from the nation. You feel what I mean? You move correct, you'll be treated accordingly. But if you move wrong, you will be treated accordingly. And that's just how I give it up. You see what I mean? I don't know how anybody else give it up. I know people be chasing their stances in accordance to who the fuck they talking about. But over here, shit, I don't fear not a motherfucking soul. And you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what happens as a consequence, whether they stop fucking with me. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. I don't need none of you niggas. You feel what I mean? I'm not one of these niggas that need a credential. I'm not one of these dudes that be begging to get interviews and shit like that. I ain't interviewed nobody since Bomac, and that was months ago. You know what I'm saying? So I can give a fuck about what a fighter say or how they feel about the shit that I'm saying. You tested positive for PEDs, you deserve to get your purse taken. You deserve to get a loss on your record. And you deserve to be suspended for a lengthy amount of time. You see what I mean? That's the only way these guys are going to be able to, you know, understand their wrongdoings. If you give these motherfuckers a 6-month ban, they ain't going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers only fight twice a year any fucking way. That's a nice little break for them. They taking 6 months off, you know, without a failed drug test. So what the fuck is a 6-month ban going to do? You feel what I mean? So that's my overall take on the situation, man. Ryan Garcia deserves to be punished to the fullest extent. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my personal opinion. I know there's going to be people that disagree and believe that he still should be given a no contest, but I hope that he gets that DQ loss so it can set a standard for people that's coming up in the sport to know not to get involved in this fuck shit, man. But that's just my overall take on the situation, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this here. This was Zuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Y'all hit the like, hit the subscribe, you know, share the video. As always, man, I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful day. I'm out of here, man. Peace.